I could rewind, I would tell myself, it's okay to say no. You can be involved and not always be in a leadership role, and you can learn from others and take a step back. And I think I always kind of rushed into the void that I would see, and I wish I could have told myself, you don't always have to do that.
For all women, we tend to be so hypercritical of ourselves that a degree of letting that go, or recognizing that a failure might not actually be the worst thing. My younger self probably spent a lot more energy than she needed to on that fear, rather than just focusing on enjoying the moment that she was in.
I distinctly remember one of my mentors, Mike Saslaw, who was a partner at Weil Gottschall. Before I was even married, wasn't even engaged, I certainly didn't have children, and I would just get so stressed about how I was going to handle the work-life balance. Mike Saslaw gave my younger self the advice. He said, you're not even engaged yet. Quit worrying about that. Make the most of your opportunities. Don't say no to anything, and you will figure it out. And that is actually the advice I give to young women all the time, and young men, that I think one of the most wasted emotions is worry. The other one's regret. So don't worry about it. It's gonna, one way or the other, you're gonna figure it out.
Mentors don't have to be older. Sometimes I think that term gets, to be used as someone that's older than you. I think there's a lot of things that you can learn from peers and from people that are younger than you. It's just someone that's done something that you think is interesting.
I had a cadre of formal and informal mentors, and I think one thing that I would tell my younger self is to appreciate those relationships as you're going through, because even some of the relationships that I didn't realize were paying dividends were paying dividends. Jeffrey Weinberg was one of my assigned mentors. Behind the scenes was very helpful in fulfilling my request to go to London. I had in the meantime developed close mentorship relationships with Akiko while I was in London, and Ellen O'Donnell and Andrea Bernstein, people like Shar, Howard Chatsina, Michael Francis. But Jeffrey continued to sort of be kind of in the picture without me realizing it. And then when I had a medical crisis a while back, out he popped. He stepped up in a way that I couldn't believe.
I've never been motivated by money, because I think if that's the motivation, then you just go to the next place that offers you money. I'm more motivated by opportunity. And if I think that I can, do well in an opportunity and I can succeed in an accomplishment, then that to me is success.
Success to me is balance. Achieving a good balance between your work life, your personal life.
We have 3 daughters. There's a lot of discussion about life's lessons. I actually really try to focus on creating opportunity. Do your best so that you can maximize choice in your life. I just talk a lot in front of them. They don't answer, it's not a conversation, but I hope that I can just say things several times. They'll pick it up eventually through osmosis or something.
I have 2 daughters, 7 and 10. I would want them to be kind and to be generous. Hopefully we can remind them that there's a whole world out there, kids who aren't going to college, who might not have enough to eat, and what can they do for the rest of the world?
Make an effort to connect with 3 women a month or 3 people of color a month, or pick a number, but you have to really put some purpose behind it, because you can't just leave it to chance.
I believe the world's a good place. I choose to look at it, as half glass full. And if you have that positive intent, then how does that impact what decisions you make?
I hope my younger self did know, but I hope she did do, but is to show appreciation. We're so busy, we don't say thank you. Write the thank you card, or send the thank you email, or to walk to their office and say thanks for that. Having a lot of time while I was in treatment meant I could actually do some of that, and it was a very rewarding thing to do.